In 1444, Anatolia is clearly dominated by the Ottoman Empire. That's why we, as a significantly weaker tribe of Aq Qoyunlu, need to do a striking turnabout to become the dominant force and eventually crown ourselves as the Seljuk Empire. I mean Rum, because the Seljuk name change is actually bugged. Anyways, today I'm gonna show you an amazing opener for Aq Qoyunlu that allows you to crush all the great powers around you in just 20 years. Let's go. In 1.37, Aq Qoyunlu was indirectly nerfed because Ajam has a scripted event with the Timurids now, so we cannot really rely on allying Ajam early, which would usually be a massive help for the war with Aq Qoyunlu, but we should be able to manage this nonetheless, so let's go ahead and get +1 mana points as we usually do for our estates. We're not granting out too many privileges right now because we want to keep the influence of the estates low, but we still want to get some bonuses like religious diplomats, and we're going to go with indebted to the merchant guilds as well as promote merchant guilds bookkeeping, but that's going to be it for now. We can seize lands and we will return to this window once we fight our 1 or 2 first wars. What makes this nation very special is that you have this heir right here, Uzun Hassan, amazing stats, and he's also an amazing general if you convert him. It's very optional if you want to do this because obviously it increases the chances of him passing away, but it's pretty good for the start, especially if you're going to use him to fight the Ottomans. Now next up, let's get some advisors. We can go for discipline. Diplo reputation sounds good, and I will grab stab cost. We're going to get some mercenaries. We will need his free company, and if possible we want to secure an alliance with the Ottomans on the first month. If not possible, we can always do it on the second one, but it seems like we are very close to this, so what I will do is just go ahead and scornfully insult one of their rivals. We can do the mamluks and we can grab this. Amazing. Obviously, this might have been just possible because I got the Diplo rep guy, but after we got additional soldiers with the free company, it should be available anyways. So what we got here, we have rallied the OTTOMANS. This is going to give us a ton of permaclaims. And fortunately, Çetinkaya didn't get any allies, so this is going to be my first war. If they would have some allies, what I would recommend doing, guys, is fighting Aq Qoyunlu first and focusing on the mission Dismantle Aq Qoyunlu. So you will need to take 6 provinces. If you want to release some vassals from Aq Qoyunlu, it's optional. You can release Iraq from a Mashriki province. You can take 1 province here up to the north and release Armenia as well, which is not a bad vassal. It has quite a few cores. Otherwise, you're just fine to take everything directly because you get permaclaims, so it's a bit cheaper to core. Now, with that being said, let's set up our rivals, which are going to be Çetinkaya, Aq Qoyunlu, and we can do Dulkadir as well. Hopefully, we can gobble up this area before the Ottomans do as well. So let's declare this conquest. Let's go. Let's crush these bastards. I'm saying bastards, but it's like one of my favorite nations actually. So a cool thing about the government interaction that we have here, conscript from tribes, is that we can start recruiting 6 Muslim cavalry archers for free, but we can also go ahead and just cancel the recruitment, and this is going to give us a ton of manpower, which I really like using. Now at the same time, guys, what we want to do is get some additional favors with the Ottomans. If we can keep this alliance for a bit longer, then we can maybe just use these favors to invite them into some kind of a war. I'm probably not gonna get the royal marriage though, because if we want to fight the Ottomans and they don't declare on us, it would be tricky because we would have to pay stability. But if we don't have a royal marriage, then we have nothing to worry about. Yeah, so Timurids did declare on Ajam, so it's very good that we did not ally them. Alright, our first war is completed. Now, with this province being owned, we can tame the eagle. We will get 50 Diplo points, yearly prestige, Diplo rep, and permaclaims once again on a bunch of areas, including Dulkadir and Karaman. Interestingly, Dulkadir is fighting Aq Qoyunlu right now because Aq Qoyunlu declared a war on Shirvan. One thing to keep in mind regarding the Ottomans is once they get Constantinople, they will get claims on Dulkadir, Karaman, and if you own these areas, then it's going to be problematic. They will most likely just break the alliance immediately. So it's a good idea to prolong them getting Constantinople and becoming stronger at the same time. And what I mean is just dragging them into favorable wars for us. For example, Aq Qoyunlu. So we can drag in the Ottomans. We can give them promise of land, but even if we don't give them land because we don't have a realistic way of doing this, if we can get 10 favors with them and trade it after the war, this will restore the trust to 35, which will allow us to keep them as a buddy. So we're gonna do this right now. We're going to mark some of these provinces as our vital interests if the Ottomans occupy it, so hopefully they will give it to us. And I'm not sure if we're going to be taking Tabriz in this war, so that is why I'm just going to set Mosul as the war target, as I'm completely sure that we will take that at least. Let's go. So I would be going in, grabbing some kind of fort, maybe even at least bitless until the Ottomans arrives, but the problem is that I don't see Aq Qoyunlu. Where the hell are they? Like, they're at war with Shirvan, but they're not sieging anything. Because we're unsure of this, we're just going to back down and wait for the Ottomans. Now I feel safe. The beasts have arrived. Oh, okay, you want to siege bitless. I'm fine with that. And Shirvan is being sieged, and I can see that there is progress on the siege, which means that Aq Qoyunlu has at least 9 regiments on their capital. And considering that they only have 18,000, that's most likely all of their army there. Guys, I'm giving you so much game on how to play Aq Qoyunlu, you better like this video and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. You know, I said this in my previous Aq Qoyunlu video, this is like the Brandenburg or Byzantium of mine, because these are like the most loved countries of most people. And mine is probably Aq Qoyunlu and Çetinkaya. Oh crap, not good. So it looks like the Ottomans will be focusing on Yerevan, or they're chasing the Gelan's army. We just need to get the hell out of here. We're not taking this fort. This is very scary, very scary. But hey, we can still win some battles if we can catch these guys. Why are you so fast? We have the Ottomans on our side. Hey, we're good to go. Look at this. The power of Uzun Hasan. Oh my god, we just wiped them out. Aq Qoyunlu, where's your army? That means I'm just going straight for Tabriz. Oh my god, Çetinkaya is gonna be an incredible fort with another 25% local defensiveness. I read that Isfahan was actually the capital of Seljuk Empire at their peak, so maybe we will eventually move our capital to Isfahan to make it somewhat historical, so then we can delete the fort in our current capital and just keep the one in Çetinkaya. Alright, so Uzun Hasan is our ruler now. Well, he's got good stats. And our heir is Uzun Hasan as well, with decent stats as well. I'm happy with that. It's just a problem that we are down to -2 stability now, because we also got a comet. Even though the religious unity is cooked, we can guarantee demi autonomy. And look at this. We lose the penalty, we can restore this much cheaper, and I'm actually going to just boost this to +1. We're going to focus on admin points, we're gonna need these. Adopt the title of Wiz Khalifa and everything else here. And finally, we have 10 favors. We are done with this war. So this is gonna be my peasy when it comes to land. And then additionally, we're grabbing war reparations, and we can, I suppose, take a little bit of money. We're not getting much of it, 90 ducats, but we need to take something because we are not doing too good economically at the beginning. Actually, we did not lose trust with the Ottomans yet, so maybe we don't need to trade the favors into trust yet. Alright, we can concentrate a little bit of development. We can complete dismantle Aq Qoyunlu, which is going to give us an amazing bonus with 100 mil points, 10% morale damage for 20 years, and even more permaclaims. And optionally, if we want to, we can do this. We can go ahead and release some subjects. I think I will not be releasing Iraq this time because it would be free provinces that we give to them, and I already started coring Çetinkaya. If I didn't start coring that, maybe. But now I'm just going to release Armenia because we only have 1 core of it. Let's grab level 4 mil. I've just noticed Timurids ate the entirety of Fajam. How did I not see this before? But they're left with only 1 province, which is absolutely wild and absolutely great for us at the same time, because this means that we just declare this war, take the 1 remaining Ajam province, and we will have them as a subject with just an insane amount of cores. This honestly is just going to skyrocket us when we grab the cores back. And as you can see, guys, after grabbing these initial lands, we already have 17% crown land. So after this war, we're grabbing more privileges. Are they just going to die to their Shia zealots right now? And the answer is yes, they did. So Ottomans will be taking Byzantium now, which means we will be losing this alliance, as the next war after this one is going to be Dulkadir, and then immediately we're going to go after Karaman before the Ottomans can do it, as they no longer have a truce with them. We have to be very quick about this. We also need a general, and his surname is once again Hassan. Seems to be a very popular surname here. Oh yes, loved it. Worldly Ulema is gonna give us a lot of money. 63 ducats, because we can debase currency once and just immediately lose the corruption. So our loans are 63 ducats each now. I think I want to replace the older ones because we already have 12 loans, which is not great. We're going to take new indebted merchant guild loans, and we're going to repay the rest of these 4% ones. This is insanely good, guys. This is just insanely good. Ajam, there we go, our subject. So I'm gonna grab religious schools, grant local residence. We have positive piety. Let's just go for the aggressive expansion guy. We're gonna grab strong duchies, supremacy over the sultanate. Let's go with Amir officer rights. Gonna grab some additional reform progress over here. And honestly, we are pretty much set. Okay, for this first time that we seize lands, it's going to be a little bit of rebels, but I'm actually even just going to sell titles because we right now really could use this money. So let's go after Dulkadir. Nice, Shirvan is not going to participate. I absolutely love that. We do border bypass, so we could, oh my god, we could do this and get into another war with Aq Qoyunlu. I'm gonna chill on that though. I want to clean up this area. Let's see what kind of general we can get with 40 tradition. Hopefully it's going to be a free shock, not too bad. Let's not forget to invite our aggressive expansion guy. And I'm going to empower our horses. Let's go with the additional cav combat ability. So Ottomans concluded the war with Byzantium, which is not great for us. I still want to use up the 10 favors that we got before we break off that alliance. Hopefully we can get some money. Or we could, you know, always do this. Make a claim on Mamluks and just invite the Ottomans before we get rid of that alliance. So then we will have weakened Mamluks, we will have weakened Ottomans, and we will be the dominant force in the Middle East. Another play would be just to simply wait until Mamluks annexes Syria so that we could release Syria ourselves from one of the cores and go for a reconquest. Still level 3 Karaman, eh? Well, that means none other than us declaring. We can grab more soldiers. Ramazan declared on Dulkadir. Okay, I don't care about that. We're just doing our own thing, which means we have now occupied Karaman. Keep in mind, guys, we don't want to finish these wars yet. Otherwise, we're gonna lose the Ottomans. And so, since we have 20 spy network, we can go ahead and make a claim here on Syria. Honestly, my main priority in this war with the Mamluks is not even going to be to take as much land as possible. It's just taking war operations, maybe some money. Just making sure that the Ottomans always feel pressure. They don't get to replenish their army reserves. See, now this is not something that I like. The Ottomans declared a war on Ramazan. Well, they declared on Chandar actually because Ramazan was their ally, but they broke that alliance. And they would probably still take this one province. So I'm gonna declare a war of my own. These guys, as you can see, are actually almost walking into Isel right now. We're going to time this a little bit. Yeah, they're locked now, so declare war and they're just going to walk into us. So easy as that, we destroy their army and we hopefully will get there before the Ottomans do, so we will get the occupation. No, we did not get, oh god, this was almost so well played. So maybe the Ottomans will be taking this province after all. But yeah, basically, now we want to start this war. Ottomans will not be able to break the alliance with us, and then we can start finishing our previous wars. I suppose we can take this one province that Bypass still has. Sure, let's just annex them. Maybe I won't even core this, I will just give it to Ajam. Full annexation of Dulkadir, Karaman as well. And even though the Ottomans completely despise us now, they are still our friends when it comes to the war with the Mamluks. So what are they going to do about it? They actually broke the alliance during the war. How does that work? Do they not lose stability? Oh no, the Ottomans warned us not to go to war with any countries that border them. Oh, what I'm gonna do about it? It's not like we're planning to declare a war on the Ottomans right after this one. To be fair, we could also do the Timurids. They're not doing too great. No manpower, no allies. Well, they still do have their subjects, right? So it's probably still not a great idea because they have like 60,000 units probably together. But we are the underdogs after all. We have to fight the bigger guys. That's a big battle that we're not being a part of, and I'm loving it because everybody that we despise is losing soldiers. And we're winning in the end. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, guys? 15,000 soldiers on the Ottoman army. You just have to remember that our truce is expiring in 2 more years. Not looking too good, Ottomans, are you? Until we are able to finish this war, I'm going to be improving relations with both Hungary and Poland, so maybe we can get one of these as an ally. And let's go for the second government reform. It's going to be obviously the national manpower one. Well, looks like I'm not deleting this fort either because we got another 25% defensiveness here. So it seems like we have to finish this because we're not letting Syrians and Mamluks take this fort back. Not going to fight them again. And our truce with the Ottomans just expired. We don't really need to be taking anything here. We're going to take full money and war operations. Half of it is going to us. I'm happy with that. I think we can use this more efficiently than the Ottomans will ever. So let's grab this. Okay, we just need a tiny bit more prestige. Thank you for that. 50 additional admin points. And we are going to one more time sell the titles. I believe this will be the last time we do this. We need to be very prepared for this next war. It's going to be the most important one of this campaign. So before I forget this, Ajam, you are going to get this province over here. Actually, these guys can begin diverting trade to us. Rivals, Ottomans, Georgia, friends, none. We don't have Austria, we don't have Hungary or Poland yet. But we are very close to getting Hungary, and actually Poland is very close, but the problem is that they don't rival the Ottomans, so I'm not sure if we would be able to get them in. But Hungary is pretty much secured. Let me just quickly scornfully insult Ottomans. I'm going to ally Hungary. So guys, to form the Sultanate of Rum, what we will need is the Ottomans not to exist. So unfortunately, that part is going to take a while. But when it comes to the cores that we need to take, we could take all of this in one war. Do we want to take it? We'll see. We are going to need a big army. We're going to grab the Grand Company. The thing is, guys, with the conquest of the Briz event, we can, for 100 admin points, move our capital to Azerbaijan. We will be getting a little bit of additional development there, dev cost bonus, which kind of suggests that we could just go ahead and develop for Renaissance in Azerbaijan. even. Normally this would be the choice, but as I said guys, we're gonna move our capital to Isfahan just for roleplay later on. So we're gonna grab this additional 50 admin points and we will be able to get knowledge sharing anyway, so it's not like we need to spend that many monarch points on developing a province. Sweet, we are able to get knowledge sharing from Venice now, and we're about to get 10 favors with Hungary, so I'm going to get even more mercenaries. So it's gonna be tricky, but independent army, 14 soldiers above the force limit would be a bit overkill, I think. Mostly for our economy. Like, we could definitely use these soldiers. I'm gonna go with the free company. We'll see how that goes. I might also get a couple of additional cavalry units because we do have additional 20% cav compatibility with our ideas. We can develop our capital a few times so that we get the institution a bit quicker. I'm going to expand infrastructure here. Let's do with diplo points. Apparently we are able to secure another alliance, and this time with Austria. But yeah, I'm definitely not waiting for another 10 favors here. So first of all, let's once again make Uzun Hassan a leader. He is 5 shock general. It sucks because it would be awesome to keep him for longer, as he's so amazing when it comes to the stats, but it's gonna be worth it. Might not be the worst idea to sacrifice a little bit more monarch points and grab this level 5 right now, because it's still quite a long way until we can get the 6th level mill technology. We could rather just unlock a mill idea group. And the thing is, we could once again empower our cavalry even more, but because we're going for a Seljuk Empire run and we're not forming Persia as Aq Qoyunlu, if we go for one of these military groups right now, I think it's gonna be better for us to go with quality ideas, so we immediately get additional infantry combat ability. And as Seljuk Empire, we will lose the cav related bonuses when it comes to our ideas anyways. We're not going to be playing a game with like cav only. So I'm going to upgrade this right now. Timurids want an alliance? Bro, you're going to be giving me a lot of cores. Well, we could technically just get these cores back by requesting them to do so with favors. But it's going to take a very long time. I'm not up for it. Let's set Ankara as our war goal, invite Hungary, and let's do it. So we're gonna be losing 10 ducats monthly. Maybe we should just go ahead and core up some of these provinces. He's got right now 27,000, which is not that bad. Oh, nice, Hungary. I love what I'm seeing right now. And this might be a very quick fort as well if we can take it right now at 42%. And if we do, which is amazing, we can move on to Kocheli. Maybe I'm not even going to stick with my entire army on province. But we do really need to keep an eye on what's going on, especially if the Ottomans would manage to get level 6 military, then we would just completely retreat until we can get it ourselves. Oh no, Tunis has arrived and he's wrecking Croatians. That's bad. We have Kocheli. We cannot just freely move from Anatolia to the Balkans, unfortunately. If we had someone as Venice, we could have, but now we just need to stick to the forts in Anatolia, occupy everything here, and we will try to make a move all around Crimea, Lithuania, and Moldavia. Unless that is Hungary can do it for us, which is very unlikely unless we just continuously wipe out the Ottoman soldiers. Well, that's another 15 army tradition, love it. Very underrated modifier since it gives you a lot of morale of armies. Chill, Timurids, I'm not worried about you whatsoever. Even though it did annex their subjects, they have 45k units. Timurids, you can control this nation pretty easily, and I'll be showing you how. Alright, so Hungary already peaced out, and they even gave a province to the Ottomans. 129 ducats as well. It's unfortunate. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. This is not our entire army. We're leaving some soldiers in Sinop, but we should be able... Oh, crap. It was a gift, and I believe it was 65 ducats from Venice, if I saw it correctly. Well, thank you for that. Honestly, not my first time receiving gifts from Venice when fighting the Ottomans. I did receive a massive gift in the Gothia run that I did recently. So this is so far amazing. Ottomans, 10,000 soldiers. We can move to Constantinople. Can we get some mill access over here? That's gonna make our path a little bit shorter. And he's trying to unoccupy this fort weirdly, but that's not going to be allowed. What you doing, sir? I will just continuously try and destroy their soldiers on the Anatolian side, so we can make a distraction for this little army here. Oh, what's that? Is that an Ottoman army with 2,000 units? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And since we don't have any allies in this war right now, we can say that we won the Ottomans. Tunis is still trying to be a nuisance. He doesn't know what kind of trouble he's bringing upon himself. But our army is just insanely powerful right now. And he's on low, so this means we can just go ahead and peace him out, and we already have 97% war score, which means this war is finished. 1466, we completely wrecked the Ottomans. These bastards stole Adana right in front of our eyes, so this will be returned to the rightful owner, which is Aq Qoyunlu. So we're gonna be focusing on the mission Anatolian Turnabout. We just need to have 6 provinces in the highlighted areas. And on these provinces we don't have claims. But we can get claims through the mission The Last of the Romans. So pretty much what we need to do is just not core up what we're gonna take here. And before coring the provinces, fight Trebizond and take them down. So basically this is going to be my peace deal. This will allow us to take the maximum amount of cash. The Ottomans will be split in 2 separate sides here in Anatolia, and we're grabbing enough provinces for the upcoming mission that we will complete. How good is that? How good is that? Immediately we can go ahead and embrace Renaissance. We can start repaying our loans. We only had 13 loans, which, let's be honest, is nothing. We're gonna be staying at 7 for now. Just develop this real quick a couple of times and we will be able to seize lands, bringing us back to 20% crown loan. So we're really stabilizing our country right now. Concentrate development, and as I said guys, we're not coring this. We can also go ahead and release our subject right here from Byzantium. The best thing is now that for this next war with Ottomans, we have very easy access to the Balkans, so it will be 10 times easier to destroy the Ottomans the second time. Technologies, boom, upgraded. As you can see guys, Mamluks integrated Syria, so now what is possible is for us to release Syria from the couple cores that we had, so we're going to do that as well. We are set for so many amazing wars. Like we have Ajam, we have Syria, we have Byzantium. Oh yeah, let's not forget Armenia. So we can go for Georgia and return a couple of amazing wars to that particular vassal. Which I'm just going to do right now because this will allow us to co-belligerent Trebizond and take them out, which is our main priority right now. Now, when it comes to knowledge sharing, I would much rather give it to Poland rather than our vassal because this is going to give us a good chunk of money. It is unfortunate, but Uzun Hasan did pass away. He was insanely useful though. Once again, we have a decent ruler. That is definitely a valid successor for Uzun Hasan. Okay, maybe this heir is not that great and he doesn't deserve that name. So I'm gonna give him a fitting name, and what we're gonna do is this. Just throw out the garbage, you know. Why always me, bro? Why always me? Okay, now we can do this. We can take a full annexation here. Since it was a reconquest, we are paying additional diplo points, which I really don't mind paying for so much land. And we do have a little bit of overextension, but it's not a big issue because we can once again concentrate some development. And if need be, we can even go ahead and grant a couple of additional provinces to our subject here. Now, once this is fixed and we finish coring Trebizond, we can complete the Last of the Romans, which is going to give us permaclaim on the entire Rum and Karadeniz area. So we're going to be selecting the second option in the Fate of Trebizond, which is going to make us lose 50 admin points. 15 separatists will be spawned in Trebizond, but we will be changing the culture and religion to the ones that we have. Now, after we're done with this, we can immediately go for Anatolian Turnabout. 100 diplo points. We get Turkic Union. For as long as Turkish is an accepted culture, we will have -5 years of separatism, max promoted cultures +1. We get permaclaims on Aleppo, Syria, Syrian Desert, and permaclaim on entirety of Anatolia, as well as a bonus, because we completed this mission while we never lost a single battle against Ottomans, we received 10 power projection, which is permanent. Sweet. And with this done, now we can start coring everything, and it's going to be 25% cheaper. So after we finish the course, then we can also go ahead and boost our stability back up, because right now the cost is impacted by the overextension. Before we do anything else, we're going to take care of some of these rebel factions, especially the ones that have like 50+%, so we can just provoke them if we want to. And there we go, boys. Just one more faction left to take care of. Provoke revolt, take care of this garbage, and we can continue our wars. So the next war is definitely going to be not the Timurids, because they're a bit too strong, unfortunately, 52,000 soldiers. But we can definitely take on the Mamluks, considering that even if they have more soldiers, they're still stuck on level 5 military. We already have level 6, and we also have a few of these quality ideas unlocked, so we have a bunch of bonuses for our army, including +1 shock for the generals. So we can grab this 80 tradition general now, and he should be pretty good. So we got 4 shock, that's not bad. I was expecting a little bit better, but okay. Pleasantly surprised that Hormuz is not going to participate. Hopefully we can do a reconquest this time. Now, do we need more units? If we need to, we can start using our manpower because we have good reserves now. We can grab a few more. I'm actually going to get some cavalry as it's still pretty powerful for us. Oh wow, this is a joke regarding the stability. We have been losing it so much. Okay, we're gonna start spending our points. Pretty much time to start improving our relations with Syria, because we will be annexing them as soon as we can. I think the court is trying to tell us that we need to focus a little bit more on trade. Okay guys, chill. I got your point, I think. No, Byzantium, don't die. Yes, there we go. We got here on time. Screw you, Mamluks. Dude, they're so weak compared to us. It's wild. You guessed it, guys. Once again, we're losing stability. Why, bro? Just stop doing this. Oh, this guy has no chill whatsoever. I don't know if we can make it on time this time, and we cannot. Next government reform, I think I'm gonna be going for the land maintenance modifier. I think the Ottomans are doomed, guys. Venice, Castile, Aragon, and a bunch of other small nations are fighting them now. We got 3 giants taking on the Ottomans. But as per usual, the Ottomans are just completely recovered after the devastating war. They have 47,000 soldiers, so maybe not all is lost. Okay, this is awesome. All the cores are returned to Syria. We're taking nearly 900 ducats and even war reparations. It's a huge victory to us. And this even allows us to complete the mission Overpower the Mamluks, granting us a general with 100 tradition, and permaclaims on Palestine and Transjordan, which we can use next. Okay then, I'll take this. 5 shock-free siege, I see you. Wait, we have another mission completed, and that is Patronize Arts and Literature. Minus 5% tech cost, institution spread is increased by 25%, and we get a skill to Philosopher 75% cheaper. That's really good. I'm definitely going to be using this new advisor. We need to replace this garbage, to be honest. I'm gonna start re-rolling, I think. There we go, we can begin the integration. And we have 30% crown lands. We no longer need to continue selling titles. It's not that much money at this point. It's like 2 loans of ours because our loan amount has increased significantly. We do have a little bit of a problem with inflation, so once we have some leftover admin points, we're gonna be using to reduce it. Now we're really focused on getting this level 7 technology because we will be getting our second idea group. Unfortunately, Aq Qoyunlu is guaranteed by the Timurids, so it's out of the question for us to attack them. I was thinking next we should go for the Timurids, but there are actually some minor nations around us that we can take care of first, starting with Bitlis, right? They're an independent nation now, no longer under Aq Qoyunlu. I think I'm gonna use the Reconquest CB for this. We're gonna end up paying a little bit more diplo points, but these are the least useful points for us right now. So we can do it like this. We can co-belligerent Ardabil and take out both of these boys at the same time. Well, that's sick timing. 13 religious rebels spawning Koi. Alright, I will take care of that. We can finally go for our next technologies, and I think I'm gonna be going for one of the Diplo groups now. I think it's really between influence and diplomatic. Influence has an insanely good policy combined with quality, which gives income from vassals and Diplo annexation cost reduction. But overall, I want to switch our focus from like a vassal kingdom to a more concentrated empire, so we're gonna go with Diplo ideas. And pretty much after we annex Syria and our other vassals, we're gonna focus on directly expanding. This is very good. We already have our second national idea. Dude, what did I say? The Ottomans are unbeatable unless it's done by a player, because they have 20 war score even though they're invaded by 3 major nations. 70 diplo points for all that. That's acceptable for sure. And that's a couple, of course, returned to our vassal as well. I'm gonna go ahead and begin annexing Armenia. Oh, okay. Our truce with the Ottomans just ran out. And they have Bohemia as their ally. Interesting, to say the least. For the second war, we're going to have cannons, so the sieges are going to be much faster, and we have a really solid force limit now. Safavid Order event for 100 mil points empowers the conscript from tribes government interaction and gives us some timed bonuses for land maintenance modifier and tolerance of heretics, but I'm honestly not even gonna go for it because I don't really plan to use this anymore. It's this one, right? Yep. Construction of 6 cavalry units. I think we're just gonna go with the mill points here. We're really rushing to unlock our next idea so that we can get this juicy core creation bonus. I mean, this is like perfect timing. What's happening with Bohemia? So they're at war with Albania, Venice, and Hungary. Ah, yes, that's right. Hungary is not gonna join. They are already at war with Ottomans, but hey, we can drag in Austria. This time we're gonna go with the reconquest of Constantinople. Let's go. Immediately focus their capital. We're going to barrage this. When it comes to our age bonuses, we got justified wars first. We can go for war taxes next. So the Ottomans are down to 17,000 soldiers, which means we can be totally reckless, just go for multiple forts at the same time. I'm gonna be sieging down both Sugla and Kocheli now. What a nice war. Every single core is returned to Byzantium, and we have just enough war score for that. Absolutely beautiful. So I think it's a decent time for us to begin our golden era. I'm going to develop our capital one more time because we already have 29 development here. You can use some mill points for that. Let's grab the golden era, and then we can just immediately go ahead and exploit development even in our capital. This extra cash is going to be used for us to repay loans, and at the same time we are just reducing the usage of our governing capacity. Speaking of which, we're pretty close to the limit. Still, a healthy gap is left here. So in around 50 years, we managed to establish a huge empire as Aq Qoyunlu. We are the 5th greatest power with over 500 development, and after destroying Aq Qoyunlu, Mamluks, the Ottomans, we are definitely set to establish the Seljuk Empire and maybe finally go after the tyrants Timurids so that we can finally restore the historic Seljuk Empire borders as well, because right now these guys are going absolutely wild. I haven't managed to find the time frame where we could have an advantage. We don't really have any allies to help with that, so that's probably going to be a pretty tough war. 80,000 units, that's actually insane how well they're doing right now. It probably has to do with them just, you know, annexing a major part of Ajam at the beginning of the game. But yeah guys, if you want to see this second part, let's get 1000 likes and I'll do it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. A big thanks to all the YouTube channel members. You guys are all amazing.